Alright, so this is going to be the first pepper review of 2018. We got one that actually came in a little early. Might be a little damage to the top of it, but not sure. It could just be just, you know, a little bit of, it's ripening, so it's ready to be picked and eaten. And I need to get these off of here before these squirrels and the chipmunks get to them. So that's it right there. It's on the plant. Okay. Now, the plant profile of it, what I can tell you, it's got basically a narrow leaf on it. Its stem is green. There's really not much blackening in it. Maybe in full sunlight, the nodes might get a little bit of blackening. As far as the flowers go, I don't see any flowers on it now. I'm looking around right now. I don't see any flowers on it at the moment, so I don't really... But it's generally a white flower, pretty much just like... I've already seen it already. It was hard for me to try to get a camera back there to actually film that because this is getting so ridiculously dense. But it's a flower that looked very similar to... where is it? Here. Very similar to this flower. What you can see right here. Man, this camera does, if there's like one speck of background, it'll go right through my fingers and focus on the background behind there rather than what's in front of the camera. I don't know what these people think of when they invent these cameras. Yeah, I want it to focus on what's in front of the camera, you know. It's just like, they need to lay off the weed a little bit. So, anyway, let's go pick this and... turn you around and give it a taste test. Now, is there anything else I wanted to say? The leaf, the stem is waxy smooth. It's not a pubescence. I think this is an annum. Kind of hard to film this and actually do this because I got to get in there and cut it. But I know you guys like to watch me cut these off. Oh, we cut it down. Now, getting back there is a whole nother... That's a whole nother story. And this is what it looks like. And oh, the name of this, I'm sorry. The name of this is actually called the Topepo Rosso. Hold on here. I'll grab the tag. Topepo, that's what it says. Topepo Rosso. That's what it is, whatever that is. Again, I'm assuming it's an annum. I'll put the correct species name and all that stuff inside of there. Just want to give you a good look at what it looks like. No, it's actually not bad. It's a little green on one side. That's probably where the sun wasn't getting to. Doesn't look like there was any insect damage to it at all. Alright, give you a nice good view of that. Topepo Rosso. Have no idea if it's hot or sweet. I'm assuming it's sweet. What could you probably use these for? You could definitely pickle them. That's for sure. And they look like they would make a good stuffing pepper. Like you can just kind of carve out that center, pull that top off like a pumpkin, core out the inside, and fill it with whatever you want. You like hamburger, you can put hamburger in there. You like chicken, you put chicken in there. Whatever you like, you know. You be creative in your own cuisine, what you want to put in there. I would probably fry up some of my own hamburger meat, or I'd buy like a really good piece of steak and saute it first with like butter or something like that, and then cut it into really small little pieces and then put it in here and then put a little cheese on it, a little bit of rice. I'd probably do something like that. It's hard to say. I mean, I'll do more cooking videos as I get some more of these peppers. Unfortunately, this is the only one that's available for me to actually do this taste test. So, anyway, let's turn you around and give it a taste test. Alright, so here we are doing another taste test on a pepper, the first video for 2018. And here is the Topepo Rosso. As you can see, I'm holding it just like that so you can get a good view of it all the way around. It's not a heavy producer. Put out a couple peppers. I guess if you plant in full sunlight, you'll probably get a half dozen to maybe a dozen at best of this particular variety of pepper. Trying to find a good lighting here. You'll probably get maybe a half dozen at best. It's kind of like a sheep nose pepper. They produce good peppers. It's just they're not heavy producers. Short plants, and you need to grow them by themselves in direct sunlight, and you'll probably do best that way. Don't do what I did here. I've never grown it before, so I don't know if it's a tall plant, short plant, stubby plant, heavy producer, non-producer. So I don't really know what kind of pepper plant this is. So let's dig in. Let's give it a bite and see what it tastes like. Okay, first thing I want to talk about is the texture and some of the characteristics of it, and then we'll go over the taste of it. Skins are a little bit tough. It's probably over-ripened, so you make sure you chew it really good. Sometimes swallowing the skins, they might get stuck in your throat a little bit. And when I'm shooting videos like this, I have to spit those skins out because I'm talking, and I don't want skins spitting out of my mouth as I'm doing a video. Trying to give you a good background of the pepper plants. First thing I notice is the wall thickness on this is very thick. Really, 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 really thick. I mean, it's not thin at all. I'm going to bite off the other bottom in a minute. The bottom was really thick. It was like almost 3/4 of an inch thick, the wall on it. I mean, that is the thickest pepper I've ever eaten, to tell you the truth. But the next thing is there's no heat on it at all. It's a sweet pepper, so there's no heat. We don't have to go over that. Let's see, what else? The taste. The taste tastes very much like a very ripe bell pepper, but there is a little bit of spiciness to it. When I say spiciness, there's kind of like a spicy aspect to it. Not so much the effect of spiciness where you're going to get an upset stomach, but the taste of something spicy. Like, this would probably taste really good on a grill. In other words, you heat it up and you stuff it, it just would taste like it would really work very well that way. Let me take another bite and try to show you the wall thickness and the seeds and stuff on the inside. Some of the seeds look like they didn't develop, but so it's weird. The wall thickness was kind of thin on one side, but look how thick it is on the other side. Man, that thing was absolutely thick. It's like almost 3/4 of an inch thick right here. Really thick walled on one side. The other side was like normal walled right here where my pinkies. And not really many seeds. It kind of has seeds in there, but not too much. It's very smooth in flavor. There is a little bit of a peppery taste to it, but it's a kind of a unique peppery taste. It's not your typical bell pepper. It kind of tastes like bell pepper, but there's something that hangs around towards the back of your throat that's slightly tangy, but spicy in nature. Okay, spicy in taste. It would taste good with using it as like peppers and sausage, for example. You use peppers in your peppers and sausage to kind of like flavor the meal that you're making. So peppers ain't supposed to have a dominant flavor in that meal. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to add like the flavor aroma to it. That's generally why you would add that to that meal. This is something like that. It has that peppery taste that you would want to use it for some kind of cooking or something. Can you pickle them? Absolutely. I wish I had enough of these. I would do a pickling video this year on pickling your peppers, and we would definitely do some pickling with them. But it's really a nice pepper. There's no heat on it at all. At least I don't think so. If there is any, it's virtually undetectable. So there's no heat on it. It's very sweet. It's a pretty mild pepper in general. And again, it's not a heavy producer. So if you plan on growing this particular variety out and you want to, I don't know, you have like a big dish you plan on making, grow more than one plant and don't grow it next to other plants. This is one that it's like a sheep nose. You got to grow it in a pail by itself and stick it in the sun. I'm sure it'll get a lot bigger than what I got and it'll put out more fruit. But this grows like a sheep nose. If it's grown near other plants, it's not going to want to produce very heavily. It'll put out a few fruit in a year on it, and that's it. And this particular pepper came out really early in the season. I think that was a 2-year-old plant. That was a 2-year-old plant. Didn't put out any fruit last year. It stunted and stayed small, and then this year I brought it out and it grew and it dropped out this and a couple of small other peppers it looks like it has on there. And one of them's small and it's already ripe, and the other one looks like it'll be medium sized. This was the largest. Now that I took this off of there, maybe it'll put out some more flowers and we'll get some more peppers off it. But in general, it's not a heavy producer. Again, if you're going to grow this thing, you want to grow it by itself. Make sure you give it the best you can as far as the fertilizer and light and water and, you know, and that kind of a thing. And you'll probably do pretty good with it. Do I recommend the pepper? Sure. I definitely recommend growing this variety. I'm going to grow it again. I'm going to grow the sheep nose again. I'm going to grow the Bulgarian rotund if I could ever get seeds for that again. I'm going to give that one a go. And I like it. So that's it. That was your first pepper review for 2018. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one.